So maybe I still need to edit the next 2 parts.
Yeah. Or next 4 because you skipped this week. Anyways, welcome back, gentles and ladies, to another Shrek-sighting episode of ZBros Play, which has come back to your subscription boxes for the summer.
Grave. Is this coming out before the other
yes.
that we've recorded?
This will be coming out right after we finish Toy Story 1.
Oh, so this is coming out very soon.
Yeah, it'll be coming out.
A little bit of shop talk for you fellow friends.
I feel like we do that a lot on the show.
Yeah, we do. The super secret game that we're playing, that's not super secret because everybody knows that we're going to play it at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I was very grumpy in that series, so my goal today is to be less grumpy and mean to Michael. I know that may sound disappointing to you, but man, that was a roast fest. Roast Fest 2016. We talked about this Traveler's Tales guy.
Yeah, they don't use him anymore. Are you familiar with what Traveler's Tales does nowadays, Eric?
No, but let me guess. Do they make, like, ports to other consoles?
No.
Okay, go on.
I can show you, actually.
You can show me.
Oh, yeah.
He's gotten up. He's on an adventure. He's looking at SpongeBob Creature from the Krusty Krab, but on the Wii.
Oh, it's up here. They made this little game called Lego Star Wars.
Oh, that's right. You told me they're making all the Lego games now.
Yep. So Traveler's Tales makes all the Lego games now. That's what they do, but...
People talk about Call of Duty being the same game. Holy shit, dude. The Lego games?
But the point is, Traveler's Tales has and continues to make halfway decent games nowadays.
Okay, do we need to change any of
Yeah, why don't you look around in there, turn vibration off.
and we can show off the fucking option screen, because that in itself is quite the thing. It's already off.
Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, it looks good.
Okay.
And then you can change around the buttons if you want, but everything's in the place you'd expect it to be at the moment.
The only problem with me playing is I barely play PlayStation games. Like,
it's basically like an SNES controller with 2 sticks at the bottom.
Alright.
So
we got to see the teaser to Toy Story 2. And I was just commenting, although somebody else commented, that the alien guys were sort of like Minions before they were Minions.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily it was before social media was as big as it was. So,
hey grandson, have you seen this new Minion meme? Oh, by the way, there are god-awful FMVs in this
Can
game.
you just skip these?
Yeah.
I think we're gonna skip these. Because, alright, yeah, it tells you the fucking story, but it's Toy Story 2. So if you want the story from Toy Story 2, go fucking watch Toy Story 2. It's probably free on YouTube somewhere.
No, it's not actually. Well,
you don't think that there's some shithead who's uploaded the whole thing? And probably
you can rent the movie on YouTube for $3 and watch it officially.
Does anybody use the analog?
Yeah, here.
It's not working right now.
I'll turn it on for you. You just have to turn it on when you're playing on PS3. When you play it on a PS1, there's a little button at the bottom that says analog, and you have to click to turn that on in order for the analog to work.
Alright. Do you want to talk about why we're playing this version and about the versions a little bit?
Sure. So, I've gone through hell and back trying to figure out which is the optimal version of Toy Story 2 to play for the show. So at first I was just like, I mean, the Dreamcast has got to be the best one, right? Because the console supports 480p standard definition, so we get the best quality footage and everything would look really nice. And I was right about a few things. So I was right about the fact that triangle should be the first-person mode enter button.
It is not.
Try one of the shoulder buttons. There you go.
It's the left bumper. Okay, hold on. It looks like
the Rex block should tell you.
Because I'm getting used to the fucking controls right now.
So I buy the Dreamcast version, and the first person I buy it from off of Amazon basically waits 3 days to not ship it. So I send them a little ping and say, hey, have you shipped my game yet? And they basically said, sorry, we are looking for your item right now. We will let you know if we find it by tomorrow, and we will give you a discount.
Like a smaller company?
It was from one of those little sellers that you, like the Amazon Marketplace, not from Amazon itself.
So it's like literally like one individual, probably.
It's from something called, well, I better not say their name, but...
I mean, you can if you buyer beware, tell them that it's shitty service. I don't know.
So basically what happened was...
Like better analog. Because when I played on PC, the analog was so good.
Well, that was a little bit. The analog there was emulating a D-pad, so you weren't even getting full analog control. You can focus the camera using the first-person button.
What's the first-person button?
the left bumper, you said.
Oh,
like it'll make
in the ass.
So just face the direction you want, and then that'll focus the camera. That makes things a little easier.
Now people are like, "Why the fuck are you playing Toy Story 2?" Shout outs to Hell Jumper.
Yeah.
He's got an ODST, I think, is his Twitter profile.
Yeah, he's a COD Halo fan.
Hey, now hold on a minute.
I'm not saying that as a derogatory thing.
I'm a Halo fan, so if you got some shit, buddy.
I'm just saying
I could identify that as an ODST, although granted after Halo Reach, they just started having Spartans have all sorts of fucking helmets, so it's hard to tell. Anyway, go on.
Okay, so...
Sorry I interrupted you.
I don't know, I still think that this game is pretty darn good for what it is. I mean, it's not like a masterpiece or anything, but...
It's just a little collectathon game.
I mean, honestly, I think it's the best licensed game I've ever played.
I feel like we should... You know what we should do for this game?
What?
We should just switch off and play whenever we feel like it.
No. Are you not enjoying this right now?
I just feel like I'm bad at it because I was used to... Because I basically playtested the PC version, which we were almost definitely going to use, but there's so many problems with it since it's so old.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, so I guess we might as well... I mean, so you guys know the game is good. That's why we're playing it, and... I mean, like, it's not a super complicated game. It's pretty standard for the time. There are, like, 10 normal levels and 5 boss levels, and then basically Woody has been taken by the evil Al McWiggin, the toy collector and owner of Al's Toy.
Really McWiggin?
Yep, it is McWiggin.
Chief McWiggin?
And so, that's Wiggum, but, so Al has absconded with Woody to his penthouse apartment.
Absconded.
Yeah, I say that in my reviews all the time. It's a new favorite word of mine. But Woody has been taken, and Buzz and the other toys from Andy's room have decided that they're going to go rescue him.
Okay.
And
controls. It's taking forever to fight this first boss.
And so yeah, so basically we've got to go track down Al's we got to go track down Al and get Woody back. And so, but for some reason we're not allowed to progress to certain areas until we collect Pizza Planet tokens, which are basically this game's principal MacGuffin, because this was the era of collectathons after all.
This is one of those MacGuffin the games.
Yeah, but it's a pretty good one for what it is.
It is.
So usually there are like 5 Pizza Planet tokens in each stage, and if you have enough, you can keep going on to future levels. So that's sort of like your incentive to keep collecting them. But it makes no sense from a story perspective, because Buzz would not need those. But it's just kind of one of those things you have to accept really if you want to play the game.
Of the lore of this world.
So essentially, there are usually five different standard tokens in every level. There's usually something that involves a race or a time challenge, like this one. There are 5 MacGuffins in the level, and you have to collect them all.
Sounds like a review right now.
You have to find.
Like, did you write a script for this Let's Play right now? Because it sounds like it.
So there's another one where you have to find 5 MacGuffins, in this case the sheepies, and then bring them back to an NPC to get another token. There's usually another one where you have to collect 50 coins and bring them to him, and he will give you another token.
I think that's in every single one.
Yeah, that's in every single level. And then
there are most of them. So
and then finally,
to all of our fair folks at home, that ham is in every level, waiting for 50 coins.
And then finally, there's usually just one Pizza Planet token that's sort of lying around the stage, waiting for you to just sort of pick it up.
The secret.
Yeah, the secret one.
The secret token.
Yeah. So that's basically what we're doing here.
Personally, I thought it was my least favorite National Treasure.
What?
National Treasure, the secret token.
Oh, yeah, that was a pretty bad one. That was where the isn't that where Nicolas Cage's father gets mad at Nicolas Cage for hunting for treasure?
Yeah, and they replaced the smart ass guy with glasses with Jeff Goldblum. It's just a real mess. Michael takes a hearty sip of his bottled root beer.
Yep. So it's, I mean, like what you see is what you get. You platform around the levels, you explore, you grab coins, you collect power-ups, and you know, it's a fun game for what it is.
It's just what it is. Even as somebody who like doesn't play like a lot of like that many games, it's just like a really playable game.
Yeah, I mean, like
it's just like really something to do, and there's lots of really likable aspects of it. For example, music. This level's music isn't that good. There are some fucking jams in this game. Some tasty, delicious jams. You know those? Oh shit. Oh.
Yeah.
You want to talk about the big problem with this version of the game?
Yeah. So basically, we've play tested all 4 versions of this game: PC, N64, PlayStation 1, and Dreamcast. I'm trying to figure out what was the optimal best version, the definitive version of Toy Story 2 to play in the show.
You make it sound like we wanted to do all of that first. What really
we didn't want to do all of that.
We tried the ones that we thought would be best first, and then when we realized it wouldn't work, we tried this that you're like, well, we thought it would be the next best, which was the Dreamcast after the PC, and then that didn't work.
Yeah.
Well, it did.
The game works, but we'll get into the problems as we go along here.
I was thinking about making a video about all the versions since we went out of our way to like check and see.
Yeah, we now own every version of Toy Story 2 there is.
So he's like, I might as well make a fucking video about it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know when it will be because just I've got to finish Klonoa and I've got to do a whole bunch of other stuff.
Oh, you're still doing Klonoa?
Yeah. I've got plenty of games left to go. I've just been slacking off. You better not be slacking off.
What is that from?
Super Mario Sunshine. Remember that one?
Oh yeah.
Pianta is just
we'll be watching you.
We'll be watching you, pal. So we'll know if you start slacking off.
Those cutscenes are so fucking weird.
The only Mario game with voice
exactly the amount of coins that I fucking needed just in time. Because there are 3 up on the couch. I have 47 coins right now. Holy shit.
Just face it. There you go.
Sheep noise!
You still need to find 2 more sheep, Eric.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll return the sheeps last. Alright, there you go. We're gonna need 50 coins and give it to Han, the lovable John Ratzenberger. He's the second.
Wait, nobody look until I get my cork back in.
The second douchiest toy in Toy Story.
Yeah, that would be Mr. Potato Head is the most douchey.
Yeah, that's why I said second douchiest. That's why I always like their characters. It's like, I don't know. You don't get like that many. You don't get douchey characters in like kids movies as much nowadays. It feels like maybe that's just me being an old man. So,
but Eric, I thought I was the old man.
Yeah, you are an old man. Oh, that's right. I will hold off until that episode comes out. But, I have a petition.
Oh God. So does that mean that I can still keep saying it now?
Yeah, I guess. But anyway, that's a little teaser for you. Everybody should go watch the super secret playthrough of that game that everybody knows they're going to be playing. What was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say the PS4. This is okay. So this is the PS1 version.
Yep.
But bought and upscaled off of the PSN on the PlayStation.
Yeah, we purchased this game on the PlayStation Network, so it's being upscaled to HD. So it looks about as nice as nice a footage as you can get this game on PlayStation.
It's really hard to die in this game.
Yeah, but the thing is that even if you do die, you just sort of respawn where you were. Like, you could be fighting a boss and you die,
Yeah.
and then you'll just wake up and the boss will still have the same amount of damage done to
Even
him.
if you hypothetically get a game over. Hypothetically. Because you're probably
Which
not
is pretty difficult to do, because Buzz has a pretty beefy health bar in this game.
He does. But even if you do, it's like, what happens? You start at the beginning of the level. It's the worst thing that can happen. I don't even know if you... Honestly, I don't know what happens
Because I've never gotten a game over, even when I was little.
I feel like I probably did as a kid. See that? There's the secret
I am Buzz
Pizza
Lightyear.
Planet token. Is usually when it's
Yeah.
around.
So,
That's the one this level.
the first version we wanted to try was the PC version, and Eric's the one who tested
Because it's
that.
overall just the best, basically. Like, graphically, it's got all the normal music. It's got... I think there were some, like... But the problem is the game came out in 1999 on the PC. And, so it's really fucking old. So, what I did to get it working... Yeah, first of all, you have to have a bunch of patches and shit. What was lovely about it was, some person like made, I don't know if it's only for that game with that joy-to-key program,
Oh, no, yeah. That's
don't
not
think
only
it's-
for that game.
where you can use like an Xbox controller or like whatever for like just, but like map it to keys on the keyboard, so you don't have to use the shitty keyboard controls for games that like are clearly not to be played
Yeah.
with a mouse and keyboard. I could fucking do skill shots with the fucking analog in that version. It's fucking amazing. That's what's tripping me up right now. Is it feels a little clunky, but it's probably the best out of the three. Because I want to talk about the big problem with the Dreamcast version.
You know, Eric, why aren't we playing the PC version right now?
Oh, that's right. I should probably get to that. Okay, first of all, if you focus on a different window that's not the game, the game doesn't crash, but every time you can't focus back in on it, it's just black. It just won't work. So when you're trying to like record audio and record the video, and also you're not allowed to focus on other windows, that's kind of a bummer. But we could figure that out. That's not a problem. There are some visual artifacts, surprisingly enough. I think there's pretty much that in every single version to different degrees.
Yeah.
It's worse in the Dreamcast. There are worse ones in the Dreamcast, but the PC version, we could definitely get over that. But then there's a boss in this game that is literally like impossible to do without either literally using cheats or like pausing like every few seconds so that you could like.
You either gotta choose them or you gotta cheat them.
Yeah, and either way, it's just like, all right, at this point, it's really hard to record. Is that 5?
Yep, that's 5. You can exit.
To infinity and beyond.
I barely pay attention. I've played Andy's room or Andy's house so goddamn much over the past few days. I like
One thing that is worth noting, even just from the screen, is that you notice that the tokens have little icons under them to tell you what you do, just save it. Okay, so be careful not to override any of my datas.
Yeah, you went along with lose your these datas.
Yeah.
And see all the games Michael's been playing. They're all full.
You see that?
Wait.
It's one Toy Story 2 to save over.
Look at him! Look at him!
I can see it.
Look at his fucking neck! What the hell? It looks like a speech bubble. Oh my god, that's amazing! Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking cry. That's amazing. That's fucking amazing.
Alright, we're gonna go to the next level now. Andy's neighborhood Reno and the pepperoni.
That's amazing.
Woody
That's
once risked his
amazing.
life.
Shitty FMV.
That 240p FMV of the movie. That makes it almost harder to keep track of than if you just play the game, just the levels. I don't know. Because it's
No.
stupid.
So,
Some of the stuff I feel like is kind of obscure, like this part. Like maybe that Rex box or whatever. Rex box, the Rex box 360.
well, what you do with Rex is Rex will give you hints So like all the different
Those
toys,
little floating blocks that I just never showed off.
all of Andy's toys essentially do something different in each level. Slinky will do some of the time challenges with you. Ham is the coin guy, so if you bring him enough coins, he'll give you a token. And then Mr. Potato Head gives Buzz equipment if you find his missing parts. Like in the first level, he was missing his ear, so you grab his ear and give it back to him, and then he gives you the cosmic shield to go through hazards.
You know what all of them do?
What?
Buzz! Buzz! Hey, Buzz! Buzz! Buzz!
But what Rex does is he'll give you hints. So like you can find Rex in the level, and he'll tell you where the tokens are that you haven't found yet. So if you haven't played the game before, you can talk to him, and he'll help you out. And he'll probably tell you that, like for this level, the 5 missing objects
For
are
example,
the army guys.
these box. So yeah, he tells you. It tells you whenever the game thinks that something is too obscure for you to figure out, which some of it is, like that. Like I feel like, although that is like the little stomping symbol, those 2 down green arrows.
Yeah.
So Rex gives you hints, and the little Rex blocks also give you hints.
So the PC version had graphical artifacts, and it would be kind of a bitch to record.
That was the bigger thing. The graphical artifacts, like the Dreamcast ones, are worse.
Yeah. And then there's also the fact that one of the bosses is like unbeatable without cheating.
Yeah,
so
that was
at that point,
that was the big kicker for me. In addition to it being impossible to like fucking record, I was like, okay, now there's parts that just don't fucking work. It's not worth it.